Welcome back to Bakemas, y'all. Today we're trying out Taylor Swift's cookies. The recipe we're trying out today is a vanilla chai sugar cookie with a eggnog icing, which I think sounds amazing. And you know me, especially after this past video, I love a good recipe with some tea in it. So we're gonna get started. As always, this recipe will be in my description. Go check out the blog. You can find all the steps and instructions. But the first step, we're gonna take some butter at room temperature. We're gonna take a whole stick of it and we're going to put it in a bowl and beat it with a hand mixer until it's a little bit more workable, a little bit creamier, that kind of thing. Our butter is ready, so let's move on to the next step. I'm going to take some oil, some powdered sugar, granulated sugar, an egg, and some vanilla. We're going to combine that in our bowl and mix it until all the ingredients are incorporated. Okay, that's done. So now we're gonna move on to the part I'm most excited about, which is the chai. So the recipe calls for a tea bag chai tea, and then you cut the contents of that and pour it into here. But I'm gonna get a little fancier since I have lots of chais to choose from. I have this Vadam, I'm sorry if I said it wrong. It's an Indian chai tea. It's really great quality. It's a loose leaf tea, and this one is a ginger chai. I got it in a Christmas gift from my mother-in-law a couple years ago, and I love it, so we're gonna go ahead and add it. So good. I'm using the ginger chai versus a different one because I feel like ginger is very much kind of a seasonal flavor, and I want to use it as much as possible. So I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of the actual loose leaf tea to the batter, and then we're going to mix it again until everything's combined. Here is what our cookie dough is looking like so far. It's got those lovely little tea pieces in it that I'm very excited about. And now our last step, or one of our last steps for the cookie dough, is we're going to take some flour, baking soda, and salt. And while I'm mixing the dough at a low speed with my hand mixer, I'm going to slowly add the flour into the mixture until it's all combined. Here's what our dough is looking like so far. It looks kind of crumbly, but you can see that you can actually take it and roll it into a ball pretty easily. So it's a good texture. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take our dough, stick it in the fridge for an hour and let it rise, let it cool down, and just get ready for us to take it back out of the fridge, roll it into balls, and then put it on a cookie sheet and make it. Pretty easy. I'm pleased with this recipe so far. It's not too elaborate, super easy to make, and it smells so good, y'all. So I'm gonna pop the cookie dough in the fridge. I'm gonna let it chill for an hour, and I will be right back. All right, it's been an hour. My oven is about to finish preheating, and it's time to take our cookies out of the fridge. Okay, so doesn't look really that much different. I'm assuming this will probably just let it like hold together a little better. It's kind of a weird texture. I don't know, we're gonna see what happens. I'm sure it'll be fine. So I'm going to get a cookie sheet, line it with aluminum foil, and then I'm going to take the dough and roll it into balls about this big. And then I'll put them on the cookie sheet, and we're going to bake them for 8 to 10 minutes, and then we'll move on to our icing. So quick note, I had to smush the cookies down a little bit during the baking process just because I had made them a little bit too thick and they weren't baking well, but they turned out really cute, I think. I made them kind of on the small size, and I think that turned out well. So we're gonna make our icing really quickly. All we need is powdered sugar, eggnog, and a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg. All you have to do is just combine that together and give it a little whisk. And apparently that should turn into icing. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna add some more eggnog. This isn't working. Hold on. The recipe called for 1 tablespoon of eggnog. I think it probably needs a little more than that. There we go. That looks about right. Maybe a little more. I want it to spread pretty easily. I like to drizzle it over the cookies without too much trouble. Okay, so I would say you need like 1.5 tablespoons, if not 2. So maybe start with the 1 tablespoon that the recipe calls for and go from there. Especially if you're having a hard time whisking it. Perfect. All right, let's give this a little drizzle over our cookies. You could probably pop these in the fridge for a little bit to let the icing harden, but you know me, I'm not gonna wait. So here's what our little cookie looks like. I'm gonna give it a try. Okay, it's a solid sugar cookie. I think personally for me, some of the flavors aren't coming through as strongly as I would like. The icing has a little bit of nice flavor to it, but it's still very powdered sugary versus really letting the eggnog shine through. And I honestly don't taste the chai, which is what I was kind of worried about, and just adding the tea leaves, because I figured those pockets where the tea are might have a little bit of flavor, but I didn't think it would be evenly dispersed. So I think if we were to make this again, what I would actually do is I would probably like make a very strong tea concentrate, like make just a couple tablespoons of tea and really steep it for a long time and put a lot of tea leaves in there. And then I would add that to the mixture because that would probably help the whole cookie actually taste like that chai flavor that I was hoping for. But I mean, it's a solid cookie, it's a cute cookie. I just don't think that it delivers on all the flavors that I was hoping it would. That's it for this video, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to try this recipe for yourself, you can check it out in the description below. If you do try it out, let me know what you think. I would love to hear if there are ways that y'all have improved on it or ways you find it kind of turns out better. So feel free to let me know in the comments below. But I will see you all tomorrow in the next day of Bakemas.